Good afternoon, Willow Springs. I'm Christian Giordano.
And I'm Emma Hansen.
This is to the period class, and WSMS News starts now.
A powerful EF3 tornado leaves a path of destruction in densely populated areas in North Texas. Amazingly, no one was killed. The aftermath now sinks in.
Just in time for Halloween, Egyptians discover over a dozen ancient coffins with perfectly petrified mummies.
Students are geared up for a second club day tomorrow.
And our leopard athletes continue their winning records, while winter sports are now rolling in.
All this and more coming up on WSMS News.
Welcome back. This is Willow Springs News.
And now for our top story. The National Weather Service is still in North Texas assessing damage from Sunday night storms.
Yes, they have verified 3 tornadoes touched down, one of them an F3. It's really amazing that no one was killed or injured when you take a look at some of the video and pictures.
People are cleaning up and now another round of storms are headed our way. Here's Becca Hull with a look at some details of the tornadoes and what the forecast is for today. Becca, so how long did the EF3 tornado stay on the ground?
The F3 tornado stayed on the ground for a whole 34 minutes and started in northwest Dallas and moved northeast across a densely populated area to Richardson. That's a 15-mile path of destruction, as you can see here. The wind speeds topped 140 miles per hour. It's still amazing how no one was seriously injured or killed. The National Weather Service says it's because people paid attention to the weather reports and took cover and knew what to do. The National Weather Service confirms 9 total tornadoes hit the Dallas area. Tornadoes can be very dangerous if you don't know how to keep yourself and others safe. Here are a few tips and tricks that will help you for the next time this happens. 1. Go to a basement or any inside room without windows on the lowest floor of your house. 2. Bathrooms are also safe because of the walls are stronger from the plumbing. 3. Bring blankets, pillows, and a mattress if possible. Have an emergency plan ready if anything were to happen. 4. And always remember to pay close attention to the Weather Channel. So for today, another front is moving in with a chance of thunderstorms. However, they aren't expected to be threatening like this past Sunday. 80% of our area should get rain and thunderstorms. Temperatures will drop a bit into the mid-50s for tomorrow and then go back up over the weekend to the 70s. Lots of sunshine over the weekend. That's it for local weather. Now let's go to national weather with Carter Lewis.
Strong winds will raise the danger of rapidly spreading wildfires in parts of California into Friday during what is typically the peak time of concern for wildfires in the Golden State. The National Weather Service has posted a red flag warning for parts of northern and southern California Wednesday through Friday. The chance of rain and thunderstorms will begin in the southern plains on Tuesday, and by Friday, rain will spread into the lower Mississippi Valley and much of the south. Tropical moisture may lead to heavy rain in some areas, which could prompt flooding. Much of the south remains in drought conditions, so much rain is welcome.
Thanks, guys. This week, our 7th and 8th grade football teams matched up against Wiley's Cooper. 8th was home and 7th was away. Our 8th grade black team are looking to add another win to their record, leaving black team with a record of 6-1-1 and red with a record of 6-2. Black won 40-16 and red lost 8-14. The 7th graders' unbelievable season is coming to an end. Their red team is looking to add to their perfect record, making them 8-0, and black becoming 7-1. Black team won 41-15 and red team won 15-0. Varsity football plays Lake Dallas this week, but they are unfortunately away. Other than that, they are hoping to add to their 6-0 record with another high-scoring game against Lake Dallas. We haven't talked much about hockey, but they're out to a great start to their season. Here's Christian Giordano with the story. Christian?
I think the season's going to be successful because we've already won a lot of our games this season, and we've been playing really good lately.
Not many people know about the hockey program, but the team is very passionate about the sport.
I like hockey just because it's like a fun sport and it's very action-packed, like the whole time. It's constantly flowing.
Hockey practice, we usually just start with warming up and stretching, then we get into drills. The drills are usually, we work on what we did not so good on in the game the previous day, because we have practices on Mondays and then like games on Sundays. So whatever we need to work on from the game, we will work on at practice. I think this year will be successful for two reasons. One, because our team chemistry is a lot better than it was last year. And two, it's a lot more, the teams are a lot evenly skilled.
Are you still listening? No.
Yes, right now we're undefeated and in first place, so I think we had a strong start and looking to continue doing what we're doing.
Basketball season is starting soon. Everyone who is trying out needs to be aware that 8th and 7th grade girls tryouts are October 29th. 8th grade is at 7:30 a.m. and lasts till 8:50, and 7th grade is at 3:25 and lasts till 5. Now the boys tryouts are on the 30th of October at 8 a.m. and the 7th grade is at 3:25 p.m. Volleyball plays Williams this week. 7th is home and 8th is away. This will mark the last game of the volleyball season. The 8th and 7th grade teams are looking to add one of their final wins to the record. The 7th grade B team volleyball won a tournament over the weekend. Here's Reese Wallace with the story. Reese?
This past weekend, B team volleyball won their tournament.
The B team tournament was really good. We played really hard and we fought really hard on the first two games, but as the third game came around, we kind of struggled at the end, but we held ourselves together and we came back and we won the whole tournament. And it feels really good to be district champs because all the hard work and effort we put into our practices.
They have been working very hard every day at practice.
We worked as a team and ran a lot of drills, and we just had to focus so we could play good in the tournament.
All the hard work and practice paid off by winning the championship.
The record is 3-0. The games they played were against Rockwall, Kane, Erickson, and McMillan.
We had really good defense as a team, but I thought our offense could have been a little bit better, like our hitting and blocking.
So what was going through my head in the end of the B team tournament game, I was super stressed and I was worried that the girls were not going to pull it together, but they, at the last minute they did, and they communicated well and they had the drive and the want to pull it out. So I was super proud that they ended up coming out with a victory.
It's been a really good season and we worked really hard, and I just wanted to say thank you to all my coaches.
Today is 7th grade's last home game at WSMS against Williams. C team is at 5:30, B team is at 6:30, A team is at 7:30. Good luck to all our athletes. Hope to see you there.
Thanks, Reese. That's all for local sports. Let's bring it over to Brendan with your national sports.
Thanks, Aiden. Now for national sports. The Cowboys won last weekend against the Eagles with a score of 37-10. Zeke rushed for 111 yards and a touchdown. Dak threw for 239 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. The Cowboys' record stands at 4-3 and tied with two other teams at 12th place in the NFL. The Cowboys will face the New York Giants next week and hope to get a win. The World Series started Tuesday night against the Astros and the Nationals. Sports analysts say that this year's Astros team is one of the best teams ever. The Mavs faced the Wizards yesterday night, and the Mavs will face the Pelicans tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's it for national sports.
Thanks, Brendan. It's hard to believe that we just have a few weeks left before the Thanksgiving holiday.
I know, and Halloween is a week away. And speaking of Halloween, 3,000-year-old mummies were discovered in Egypt, perfectly preserved. For this story and more headlines, here's Kat and Matt with the update.
People are cleaning up and helping neighbors after multiple tornadoes ripped through the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex Sunday night. Structures from Highland Park to Saxby were damaged in this particularly dangerous tornado. A Home Depot near Hamilton Park was one of the worst hit structures that had sustained a roof collapse. Fertner High School sustained a direct hit from the twister and lost an AC unit. If you would like to help donate to those stricken by Sunday's tornadoes, you can help donate at redcross.org.
People across the nation are celebrating last Friday's first all-female spacewalk outside the International Space Station. The two astronauts, Jessica Meir and Christina Koch, are both Americans. The spacewalk was conducted to replace a faulty battery charge and discharge unit. Koch and Meir are included in a list of 12 women that could be the first female astronaut on the moon in 2024. Astronauts say this is a sign of the times, as more women are taking on STEM in schools across the nation.
Speaking of STEM and space, WSMS teacher Sylvia Woods, who teaches STEM classes, is very well versed in a new planet that is very Earth-like. Reporter Emma Hansen has the story.
K218b is an exoplanet that is 124 light years away from Earth, which was discovered by the Kepler telescope.
It's just in the right space outside of its sun, which happens to be a red dwarf, where life can happen. And so we have found an Earth-like planet that orbits a star that is in the habitable zone and that could possibly either have life or support life.
Because this super-Earth is so far away from our planet, we wouldn't be able to get there with the current technology.
We're rapidly developing engines that can travel really, really fast. And so it's feasible that we could actually get there in the not-too-distant future.
Colonizing Mars has always been a topic of discussion, but since this super-Earth has the right compounds and temperatures, it's another potential choice.
Instead of going to Mars, it's possible that in the distant future, or not-too-distant future, that we might end up going to another Earth-like planet to colonize.
Emma Hansen reporting for WSMS News.
Thanks, Emma. Egyptian archaeologists just discovered 30 colorful ancient wooden coffins in the city of Luxor. On Saturday, they were opened to reveal perfectly preserved mummies, still closed as the ancient Egyptians left them.
The Egyptian Ministry of Antiques said that that was one of the most important discoveries in recent years. The coffins were of men, women, and children.
That's it for headline news.
Back to you guys.
Hey Willow Springs! The PTA Reflections Contest for 2019 is underway. This is an annual competition promoting student creativity and expression. Do you like dance choreography, film production, literature, music composition, photography, or the visual arts? Then the PTA Reflections is for you. This year's theme is Look Within. Go to txpta.org for rules and the entry form. The deadline to enter is October 28th. Good luck.
Earlier today, the 8th graders took the PSAT. This test will help them know if they are on track to be college ready.
Well, the 8th graders take the PSAT this year because it's their first time to practice a College Board college entrance exam. Research shows us that the more you practice a timed test like the PSAT or the SAT, the better you can get at taking a test like that. It also shows our students if they're on track to be college ready in 5 years when they're ready to go to college. And if there are areas of weakness, they've got plenty of time to work on those.
This will be the first time that the 8th graders have taken a timed test. It will give them a chance to see where they are compared to other 8th graders across the nation.
I do believe it benefits our students. Again, they get practice at taking a true timed test, which the PSAT is. It gives them the opportunity to kind of see how they're doing as compared to other 8th graders across the country. We don't usually get an opportunity to compare ourselves to other 8th graders outside of Texas, so that's a nice opportunity. And then it also is going to show students their areas of strengths and their areas of deficits, if there are any.
The 8th graders will be missing their morning classes, but staff believes it will be worth the time.
Well, they are missing a morning of instruction, so their teachers are well aware of that. We prepare for that every year and they build that in. But besides that, I don't think there's a negative to taking the test other than they're sitting in a room and taking a test for the morning.
8th graders are advised not to worry about how they do on the PSAT because it does not count for anything. It is purely practice for them to see where they are.
No, I think that the benefits of taking the test outweigh the negatives. It's a no-stakes test. This is a practice year, so I hope our 8th graders will get a good night's sleep, relax, and enjoy the test. I think this is actually going to air after the test, so hopefully they had a good look-see at what a test like this looks like, and they'll be better prepared in the future when they're taking the test.
Christian Giordano, WSMS News.
Keep a lookout for any junior tickets, which go on sale October 28th. The show is November 14th through 16th at the Lovejoy High School Auditorium. Career Day is on November 6th. Hopefully you signed up for it and advisory on Tuesday. WSMS counselor Ms. Bordelon says each student will visit different career fields.
So we are going to be having Career Day on November 6th. I think this is our 4th or 5th year for Career Day here at Willow Springs, and we're so excited about it. Each student will visit 4 different careers. They'll get to hear professionals in different career fields talk about their industry, about their jobs, about how they got there, how much money they make, how they give back to the community that they're in. Oftentimes students ask the question, why do we need to learn this? And so it's really exciting to hear from professionals as to how they use their education to get where they are and how they're getting to do the work they want to do.
We also have another club day tomorrow, and we will be on an activity bell scheduled. A reminder, if you're in the Extreme Club, you must wear a helmet. Students who are in the Canine and Critters Club must have permission from Mr. Abney before bringing an animal to school. Last Friday, we had our Red Ribbon Week pep rally. Here's a recap.
Major. He's cute, isn't he? Development, and it can do the same thing where as you're growing up, if you are drinking a lot of alcohol, or even just a little bit, it can really hurt your brain development, and it can also hurt your kidneys and your liver. Like if your dog is just being a turd and not acting how I'm sorry.
Spelling Bee tryouts were on Monday. The actual Spelling Bee is on November 14th. Good luck to all our participants. Congratulations to our orchestra students who competed in the all-region contest at Allen High School. Kudos to the winners and all of those who competed. Here's the list. A new Star Wars trailer came out on Monday. Let's take a look at it. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex and wife of Prince Harry, admits that being in a royal family is a lot harder than she imagined.
You add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's, yeah, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
Prince Harry's mother, Lady Diana, was killed in an auto accident after being chased by the British paparazzi in 1997, when Prince Harry was only 12 years old.
That's all for entertainment.
Thanks, Peyton. One last thing. We will have a passing period lockdown next week. Mr. Messer is here to explain what we are supposed to do.
What are you thinking? I have science. You have science. Bro, you guys have science.
Hello, Willow Springs Leopards. Dr. Messer here. Hey, I just have a few announcements that I want to talk to you about. Next week, we're going to be doing a lockdown during passing period, and this is going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past with lockdowns. Remember that during passing periods, we'll make an announcement over the PA. It'll be the same announcement that you would hear if you were in class. The difference is that as you're walking through the hallways, you want to make sure you get into the nearest classroom as quickly and as efficiently as you possibly can. But as you're walking down the hall, the announcement is made, make sure you get into a classroom on either side of the hallway as quickly and as efficiently as you possibly can. Then once you get into that classroom, you're going to follow the regular routines for lockdown. That will be up against the wall, out of sight, being quiet, lights will be turned off, rhino will be secured, and so on. So we want to make sure that we practice this in case we ever have to go through a lockdown during passing period. The other thing to remember, students, is that if you do not make it into a room, teachers are going to be sweeping the halls. They're going to be trying to grab students to get you into a room. But if you do not make it in, make sure that you go to the nearest restroom, get up on a stall, lock the door, and remain completely quiet. Looking forward to our lockdown drill next week. It will be unannounced, but it will happen sometime next week. Thanks a lot.
Make sure and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. That's it for our announcements.
Have a good day, and remember,
Leopards
roar as one. Roar.